Hey guys, Martaverse. I know I haven't been here in a couple of weeks, but I'm back and back with a bang because this week looks like it's going to be very interesting for crypto. Today is 13th of June and we are expecting some movement and volatility due to the CPI data. Before we continue, guys, please like and subscribe to this channel if you enjoy my updates and if you want to see more. I'm going to obviously go in now and have a quick look for you at Bitcoin price and what way this information that we're waiting a release of it can affect the market and what way we can prepare ourselves for the volatility that's yet to come. Whether we like it or not, US economy has been impacting the price of Bitcoin on our charts. And this week is no different. We are expecting a lot of news come out from that side of the pond. Today, we are waiting for CPI data. And for those that don't know, that CPI stands for Consumer Price Index. That stands for measuring average price change of goods and services over time. When CPI is higher, guys, it means prices are increasing and the value of currency is decreasing. This might work in favor of crypto because people might be looking for hedging and investing into cryptocurrency as basically a hedge against inflation to protect their wealth. But if CPI is actually on the lower spectrum, that might be a deciding factor of investing elsewhere out of cryptocurrency. That is really in short, because this isn't really the only deciding factor on what happens in cryptocurrency market. However, there's obviously a lot of speculation that those news that we are seeing and data being released, it's actually basically used to manipulate the market. We can speculate, we can guess, and the best we can do, guys, is basically prepare ourselves and see what the technical analysis is telling us. If you know me, you would be well accustomed to my level-to-level plays without, jumping into far ahead of myself and finding, realistic predictions or crazy predictions into time. I like to look at lower time frames with obviously an outlook for a higher time frame, but keeping it really, safe and basically using it as steps. If we get to step 1, are we going to step 2? Are we actually reversing from step 1 to step 0? Because that way, guys, especially right now where we have been nearly 90 days, can you imagine 90 days in this side action? And we're going to just jump into that in a minute on the chart. For side action where you're in a choppy environment, I believe it is certainly the best way to approach your trading strategies, where you basically enter on a trigger, exit on invalidation, or basically pay yourself when you have found the target. This is actually what myself and a couple of other amazing guys that I gathered in my Discord are doing. We teach you guys how to find good entries, how to find a reason for a trade. If you want to be a scalper, by all means come and join us. If you want to be a day trader, by all means come and join us. If you just want to learn about cryptocurrency, definitely come and join us. Everyone and anyone can find everything to suit their style, their interest. We share a lot of information about the market conditions, but also about metaverse, about DeFi, so many different aspects to cryptocurrency, guys. It's not just trading, but it's the most, I suppose, exciting part of the market. Let's hop on though and have a look at the market and on a higher time frame, what we're actually looking at, where we can go from here, and then jump into this smaller time frame here real quick, just to see how we can move from this moment on in the next couple of days. So I have this Bitcoin chart open here for you guys on the weekly. Don't mind those small lines here. We're going to jump into them in a minute, but I want you to concentrate on this formation right now that I'm going to draw for you, as this is known and called known as inverse head and shoulders, and it's usually a very bullish pattern. Sorry guys, I was looking for my tool. I'm not going to be very technical here in terms of the points where we're going to meet them, but I want you to basically look at the pattern here and see this lovely formation we have here. Everything and anything, guys, you see on the charts is obviously subject to change, and we need to understand that it is all probabilities and possibilities that are yet to play out. You find your pattern, you find your confluence, and that's where you see what may happen. And also you find the invalidation points or trigger points to either justify your trade or justify the fact that you are staying away from the trade. Currently right now on a higher time frame, when we see this pattern, we are understanding that we are seeing this play out, and we have this little handle here that is acting as our retest. So it basically means that until we break below a certain level, we are still in play of a very, very bullish pattern. And right now we have this falling wedge, and I am not an expert at counting waves, but definitely follow my amazing friend Lisa and Edwards. This woman rocks, and she has some absolutely amazing skills when it comes to strategies as well, counting patterns, waves, and seeing what way the wave can move from here. I'm a simple gal. I like to do support resistance, find my levels this way, and base it on bounces or rejections, using a couple of other indicators, simple indicators that are available for everyone. When we're looking at it this way, it is a nice and obviously bullish pattern. Everything, like I said before, everything and anything can be invalidated. If we come down, we can easily come and retest even lower. I have the pink line here at about 25,240. We could lower it down a small bit to about 24. Sorry guys, now did I wrong you? Because that should be giving us the pink line. It was over here about 25,300. If we want to be a little bit more, you know, giving yourself a bit more room there to for deeper correction, we'd be looking at 24,500. So there's about $1,000 there in a difference. Which, you know, in terms of such a large cap like Bitcoin, isn't really that much. So if you were to ask me right now, is it a good time to buy Bitcoin? I would say, not financial advice, but yes, 100%. I believe personally it is a very good time to buy Bitcoin, and you shouldn't stop buying Bitcoin until you run out of money. Not financial advice again. I really do think, guys, the way we're heading with adoption with cryptocurrency, basically, I know there's a lot of FUD right now. Let's not forget about that, right? And that is probably the reason why you're questioning yourself, well, what is she talking about? The biggest exchange, two biggest exchanges known in the world are having trouble. They're being banned in the US. Well, if US is doing this, then everybody else is going to do this. Not necessarily, guys. Look at the other side of the world, what the opposition are doing. Where China and Russia at, right? So we're having this like bit of a war between, it's very funny to observe in a way, where back in the day, back in the previous bull market, it was actually China that was always banning crypto. And now we have the reversal because, you know, there's a lot of drama going on. Everybody hates on Gary Gensler. SEC, you know, are trying to sue Binance and forbid everything and anything cryptocurrency, not knowing themselves really what they're talking about because they don't really even have clear rules. And Gary's becoming a bit of a laughing stock at this point, bringing up laws from 1930s and, you know, just basically gaslighting people and saying, well, nobody had set rules back then about cryptocurrency. There wasn't even computers back then. Anyways. Back to Bitcoin, guys. I'm a bull at heart, so I'm really leaning towards this, okay? And for the time being, I want to get rid of my drawings and show you just some of the white lines, guys. You see, these are my price alerts, and they're just going to be showing for you on the screen currently. So on a weekly, I love this indicator. This is one of my favorite indicators. Trader's Reality is a hybrid system. I use it for scalping. I teach that strategy as well in my Discord as one of a few other strategies that we've been very successfully using to trade and scalp. Guys are really catching on, but on a because of all the information that this gives us, including EMAs and basically liquidity pools, you'll see those very bright candles. I gather a lot of information and I can, you know, see where we're headed from here. So if we're looking at this without any patterns or anything, we're seeing that Bitcoin is actually trading within the 50 EMA cloud and found the support of 50 EMA on the weekly chart. So moving on a small bit now, we're going to go into the daily chart as well. Just get this zoomed in for you a small bit, and looking at that, right, guys, this looks like a lovely falling wedge, and every falling wedge has its bottom retest and is supposed to bounce off. Looks like, you know, that 50 EMA on the weekly is here on the daily as 200 EMA, and as bearish as it may look in terms of the cloud here, we're basically trading below 50 EMA, and all the other EMAs, this isn't looking too bad. Like I said, you know, we were kind of coming here to this support, and you can see it's about 25,280 here. It's not impossible, obviously, to wick lower, and this is what we've been kind of looking at recently, where the range that Bitcoin has been trading in has been quite tight. And it has been exhausting people, you know, with just tight ranges. There is no direction. People get frustrated because they get in a trade, they assume, you know, you know, we're bouncing from here or we're reversing from here. Where is my target? And if you don't pay yourself real quick, then, you know, you're just out of pocket, or basically the trade was a waste of time. So it is a test. It's not for everyone. And, you know, it's been treating a lot of traders to like nearly like one of those races or something where you just have to go through so many different trials before you find the finish line, and it really tests your skills. So we could definitely argue here that we have been in a downturn for a while, but on a higher time frame, there's been definitely a side action as well. And when we're looking here at the weekly chart, we are actually giving higher lows and closing a little bit higher than previous week. Possible reversal is in play, and that would be determined, and that won't be determined obviously for a couple of more days, guys, and until we actually just invalidate certain levels and actually move away and cross the 50 EMA. 50 EMA is a very important indicator for me and for my strategies. It's really kind of like nearly an indicator of direction and the strength for the market and for the trade. You'll be obviously treating it a little bit differently on a higher time frame and reacting to it a little bit differently on a smaller time frame, but it is nevertheless for me one of the more important indicators. And you can see here, as if you kind of go back to the left, where we had this drop here on the all the way back in March, and this amazing push all the way above all the EMAs on the daily, and how it came back here for a retest and then came back here once again for a retest, and then it failed. And we have been failing this 50 EMA on a higher time frame all the way till that deviation, that fake out. Still though, staying within, you know, 50 EMA cloud range and hitting a level of resistance at above $28,000, and came back, and we're still hitting and hitting. I'm really hoping that at this point we're either going to finally show some strength, or get to the like an exhaustion, I suppose, and hit this and really capitulate. Like, not capitulate to the extent that we're going to be, you know, screaming that crypto is dead, but despite everyone actually screaming this already. And by the way, anyone watching this who jumped in on my copy pasta tweet about how crypto is over and all that, well, if you took it as a joke, congratulations, you were one of my best supporters yet. But those that were basically taking it too hard, guys, learn to do DIY a little bit better. You know, a quick look at my timeline and bio itself, you'd know this was a joke. Not to mention, it was basically, it spread out like wildfire, and people were, it's nearly 10 years old, I think, that copy pasta. Anyways, back to the point, guys. What can happen, and it's not something that I am totally ruling out of control, is honestly just seeing something similar to, I suppose, a sharper move like this one, and just bringing it like over here. We see this, you know, the only thing is, guys, I'm not panicking yet. Honestly, I'm not, you know, it is just a possibility. Maybe for this week, my advice best would be, if you're not feeling confident, if you're not, you know, feeling the market, stay away from it and let it play out. And for buys on a long term, just ask yourself as well, what are you buying? Why am I buying it? And is the market in a healthy condition for me to buy? Personally, I do think, guys, there's a lot of assets that I feel have bottomed out, and it would be a shame not to buy some. But then again, I wouldn't go crazy on my buys. I wouldn't go crazy on, like, you know, buying everything right now because this is the bottom. Look at Link, look at Dot, look at Atom. You know, just check those out and see what you feel. Actually, I think Atom wasn't the best example here, but definitely Dot, and definitely well, I know, I'd say, I'm thinking Soul would be one I'd be definitely looking at. The thing is, FUD equals to me opportunity, especially if it is a very, very good asset that has tech, community, and devs and team that is building and active. Those are super duper important. Back to Bitcoin, guys, because like I said, you know, I took my lines off just so we can concentrate on those indicators and so you can see what I see. And yeah, it looks weak. We are in the you know, we are in the downtrend. whichever way you want to look at it, we have been putting those higher lows here, lower lows here, and then we have been, you know, coming, but then when we zoom out, we see that we are in around a certain level that can act as support, and we can see on a higher time frame possible reversal and another nice formation. Whether we reach above 30,000 is obviously a level that we need to, like I said, I do level to level, guys. Let's break above 27,000, then 28, get over to the 30. I don't believe it's going to be just a straight big one whooper like we've seen here. But then you just never know. Maybe all of a sudden, actually, Gary's going to get fired immediately because that's already filed. Or we're going to see, you know, amazing news coming from the West, from China and Russia side, where... Because one thing you have to understand, and I think people are forgetting this, we are paying attention to what US are doing, but they are not actually biggest market for cryptocurrency. There's a lot of regulations and there's a lot of reasons why US isn't the biggest influence in terms of liquidity that is pumped into the market. A lot of money is actually coming from India, from Asia, from the other side, guys. So keep an eye on the news as well, because like I said, everything and anything can happen, right? But we're preparing ourselves for both scenarios. We can definitely from here on still swoop lower, and I would be looking in around 24,000 mark. If not, we are not looking too bad right now for a bit of bullish news, for a bit of bullish move and reversal on a smaller time frame. And let me bring you back to my lines and show you guys what we're looking at. And you can see here how Bitcoin has been, you know, terribly tight within ranges here. Dropped below, gave us this W with a bit of, you know, volatility, nice scammy wicks as we called them, where all that liquidity was swept, and then unbelievable pushback up, reversing the entire drop, right? We came back down, and based on those moves, we can, you know, give ourselves a range. And as you can see right now, I've drawn few of those lines where the bottom here would have been 20 in around 26,000. That line here, the dotted line, was a mid-range nearly, you know, where I kind of put myself that target, like if we break above 26,100, this could potentially, you know, see us to exactly like right now, see above this. Now, question is, you see this deviation here and this wick here. You know, is that wick going to be just a deviation, or was it a test pump, and are we going to see above, right? So what I do then is put in some of my indicators and check what are we guys doing. And as you are aware of the strategy with Traders Reality, and look at the 50 EMA, what I was talking about at the start, guys, right? Where you see a hit of the 50 and rejection, hit of the 50 and rejection, hit of the 50 rejection, deviation, another rejection, and now we're actually finally above it. And we're also looking at the M pivot point 2 support. We crossed pivot point. We also crossed a psychological low, daily open, and we're above this right now. 200 EMA acted as that resistance. It acted as resistance before, If there is strength in the market, we will see this totally pierced, and we'll get to close above that support here, 26,300 psychological high as of currently. And funny because these actually change nearly daily, and when you draw those ranges and lines and supports, how sometimes things line up. So if you are a trader, you see clear invalidation here, you see clear range, you see a clear A to B, you prepare yourself that if you're entering here right now, well, You're assuming for a bit of a pushback, pullback, possibly to test 50 EMA, come down to this area, right? And then if it is a bullish move, we'll see a continuation, because we're going to see a bounce and then we're going to come back up. If not, we might see, of course, another test of the range high and then reject, or completely completely fail through the 50 EMA and continued to the downside within the range. And like I said, guys, this has been, you know, a quite exhausting time for many people, especially those that are coming in new, or those that haven't been really, experiencing this sort of movement and volatility for a while, and just literally not, you know, used to trading. That they're kind of like saying, no, I'm done, I've had enough, I don't want to participate in any of this, crypto is not for me, or yeah, walk away and take time off. And I applaud this, I really do. But at the same time, I want you guys to remember, times like this forge the best traders. It is now where you can really upgrade your skills. This is what I encourage, guys, is invest your time. Don't worry about trading right now. You really don't have to trade with real money. You can paper trade, or you can do demo modes, and you can just use your skills, use your time to polish on those skills and to learn them. And I really truly want you guys to remember that my Discord was exactly designed for this, and created for people to understand that market is going nowhere, guys. And even if we do get crazy regulations and half crypto goes to zero, it doesn't matter. You're still going to learn amazing skills that you're going to be able to apply to nearly everything and anything. Technical analysis is, I know, debatable for many, but I can trust you guys. You can trust me. You can use the information that you see in front of yourself to monetize it, and to like find a way to get extra income. Not financial advice. I have to keep saying this to you guys. So yeah, what we're expecting is a bit of volatility, hopefully, and some proper moves. You know, if you find triggers, if you find ways to enter the market and monetize on those moves, just remember to keep paying yourself. Honestly, until we break above, and right now we are in this tight range, so obviously, guys, we need to get above this level here where we had this previous range, and then before we move anywhere else, we need to get above 27,000, and you can see where that resistance is and what we're doing next. And then obviously next is higher and higher and higher. We need to kind of break it down like that, so we keep our sanity and we are entering this without, you know, completely losing our minds and thinking crypto is totally over. Guys, also something I really stress to everyone that are in this space: price of Bitcoin should not matter to any trader, because it's not about how much it costs, it's about where it can go from here. How many percent it is going to move from A to B. Is it good ratio, risk to reward ratio for you to enter that trade? Really makes no difference whether it costs $1 or $5. Is the move going to be profitable or worth your while entering and you know, seeing that investment return? And then, do you even know where to exit not to lose money to the market, right? Because like I said, there's anticipation of a bit of volatility. I wouldn't be surprised to see a bit of this sort of, you know, where we go up and immediately retrace back. These moves are designed to catch high leverage traders that are, you know, getting in on 100x with crazy big bags, and then wiped up the market because we reverse everything, and then just to kind of spoof them. And yeah, question yourself, question your skills. So it is honestly one in and out, pay yourself type of a market. And until we break above certain levels, we are still looking at a tight range, a bit of fuckery, for lack of a better word, and time where you're probably better off, if you're not experienced, at just upskilling yourself, learning more, and finding ways to actually understand the market better and give yourself that edge, and work on those skills as a trader, if this is what you want to do. So guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up. It's been an amazing stream. I think you should be able to really gather a lot of information from this and use it for your advantage. It was amazing talking to you guys. Let's have some fun this week. Regardless, let's not lose a lot of money with high leverage, guys. I would ease up on that leverage. It doesn't mean, you know, when you make a trade, you know, it doesn't mean that if you're not trading and all of a sudden you're entering on a high leverage, and because you see a movement, that you are actually going to make a lot of money. It is my advice is actually to go down on leverage, make more conscious decisions, and trade smaller size and smaller leverage, rather than go crazy and try make it all back in one trade. Again, I could be talking and talking about this, and I actually would love to continue talking to you about this. So please, 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 if you are not in my Discord yet, 100% come and join me. Community part is free. I love to hang out with you guys. If you are looking to learn, if you are looking to find community that and experienced traders that will help you along your journey, where you can ask your questions when you nearly have that one-on-one experience, you can join me for just a tenner a week. And just another note, guys, before I leave you, before I let you go, please be aware of scammers. Every platform seems to have an impersonator that is basically trying to pretend it's me. They're not me. I don't sell anything in private. I don't sell anything one-on-one. I don't want money from you into my pocket. I don't run any secret or private courses. Nobody that actually, see how cute they're gone, guys. They actually have people saying, oh, well, I joined Martaverse Telegram and her private whatever VIP, come and join it. Nobody, guys. It's not me. Please, please don't fall for this. I get those messages from you everywhere. It's a scam as old as day, as dawn. And be smart. Verify. You know, I don't have time for one-on-ones. I have time for my Discord, for all the big peaches there, and small peaches as well for my community. I hang out there. If you don't know, come and ask. Make sure on my Twitter, there's a blue verification tick there, and I have bio link in Linktree is put into my bio, where you can verify all the official links. With that said, guys, thank you very much for watching. Let's see what this market does this week. Play it safe, and let's have some fun. Stay peachy, gang.